Hi, I'm Alicia. Thank you for joining us today. And before you take this journey with us, I just want to say, this is a podcast, okay? This is not a therapy session. Yes, we talk about real and sometimes heavy stuff, so consider this your trigger warning. And I'm a licensed therapist, but nothing here is medical advice or a substitute for professional mental health care. Because remember, we're just like talking to comedians. Anyway, welcome to Xanyland.
Can I say my critique of Dune II? I loved it. What?
Wait, Dune II?
Get the video on her.
My critique of Dune II.
Oh, you want your critique of... Yeah.
I loved it, but they won every battle. There was no, like... Did you notice that? Like, there was no great loss. There was no, like, all is lost.
Didn't he got beat up pretty good. No?
Okay.
He got stabbed.
Yeah.
Not enough for you.
The first one, the whole village died. His father died. Everyone was burned to a crisp and dead. And then the second one, they were like, oh no, we won. Oh no, we won. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the Xanyland podcast. I'm your host, Alicia Racine, a licensed therapist. And we're hanging out with comedians because who else is going to be honest about being crazy?
Where do we start? On Dune? What are we talking about today? Should we care? Should we just let her go? I think we should just let her go. She's too pretty, too smart, and too funny for me to care what the topic is. Let's be honest.
Thank you. God, I love this.
Do you want to go on a date?
Yes!
Yes!
I would like to say I'm most people's type. And you are special, but not in that way.
You are most people's type.
I'm most people's type, and in the way that I go.
Because you're blonde?
Yeah, I go, if I'm your type, you like basic things.
No,
I'm a blonde.
You could be brown or red.
Yeah, but I'm not, I'm safe.
Oh.
I'm safe. Okay. You know, I come.
What? You come? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that too. Pretty easy.
Why is this plant in between us? I feel like it's keeping us so far away from each other.
It's our little girlfriend.
We're around one fern.
Yeah, it's the friend that doesn't talk. And it's just like this, yes.
I'm not everyone's flavor.
I disagree. You're very welcoming. Your red hair is everybody's flavor. Everybody wants...
Everyone's fetish maybe, but not everyone's favorite.
You're like the item in the grocery store shelf that goes quickly. Everybody has to get there on the Sunday or the Monday as soon as it gets restocked.
Only because someone wrote about it on the right article at the right time, and then they're like, wait, we never saw her before.
Yeah.
And now we want one.
And now we want one, and she's rare, and she goes quick. And you gotta get there. You gotta get there. You gotta get you gotta go to the grocery store on Sunday night.
Oh my God.
Because there's only a few of her.
I feel so much better about myself now.
Yeah.
We're here to talk today about boomers with a woman named...
Speaking of grocery stores, ever heard of one? Boomers.
And your name is?
Katherine Blanford.
Katherine Blanford.
5'7", Los Angeles. Are we slating?
And we're here today on Xanyland to talk literally just about boomers, right? For mental health. Yeah. And how they're a barrier to today's mental health growth. What are we talking about?
I think I want to talk about boomers. I probably will sidestep 1,000 times.
Yeah, I love it.
But because I was having a conversation with I think she's a boomer of age. She might even be a little bit older than that. Comic. She's older. Okay. And she was like, yeah, when we were coming up, all of our material was very observational, very Seinfeld. What's the deal with traffic lights? And then, or it was just one-liners, like very Mitch Hedberg, Paula Poundstone kind of things. Yeah. And she's like, every kid that gets up there, she's like, we have to hear about how, your mom was a prostitute. Can we say that on here?
Yes.
And, how you're addicted to pills or whatever, or, whatever your trauma is in the first 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I guess it's kind of true.
What is it called? Vulnerable comedy? What's comedy now? Storytelling comedy?
Storytelling.
Yeah. Memoir.
Yeah, memoir. Yes, it's all memoirs. It's all autobiographies. One, I think we just learned that it's so saturated the stand-up comedy market that you have to like sell your story to stand out.
That makes sense.
So it's like, what's my angles?
Yeah.
How do I like, stand out from the 19,000 other white guys or whatever that are doing stand-up?
What's my college essay?
Yeah. Well, how do I stand up from the 19,000 other white guys? My name's Chad, and I wear khakis, and I go to Duke. What was I saying?
This is why we wanted to talk about it, though, because like this is why I wanted to do this podcast.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Why? Because like so many comics tell their stories now.
Yeah, I mean, I realized when I was watching comedy that every comic was talking about their therapist.
Yeah.
And every comic was talking about their tragic story.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, why would we not exploit you guys more? And
we want it.
We want it.
Favorite subject.
We want it.
Even just my parents and how they were. I feel like none of our parents were in happy marriages, but it was never talked about or discussed. Like my parents even, this is so dark, but like my mom was so, she was clearly like an alcoholic, but it was never, like sometimes like, dude, one time.
She was clearly an alcoholic.
I mean, but the crazy thing is it was never, like my parents couldn't even put those words into their mouths to be like, your mom has a problem. Like, one time I even remember these ladies were walking like in the wooded area at a park near our house and found my dog walking around on a leash.
Yeah.
And then they like kind of followed the dog and then found my mom sleeping in the woods. And wait,
slow
she
down.
passed out from being drunk.
What? Your mom was sleeping woods. She was sleeping in woods.
She was passed out asleep in the woods when she was taking my dog on a walk. And like we were in high school. I was in high school. Like that could have been. I knew what was going on. My parents were just like, well, your mom was tired.
But did you know what was going on?
I knew it was going on, but it felt very gaslighty. Like, as much as you're like, my mom has glassy eyes and she's not acting like she used to be, but
yeah,
your parents were just like, no, your mom's tired, and like.
Okay, wait, how old are you?
I'm in high school.
Now.
Oh, sorry, 33. I'm sorry, I live in the past.
No, I love this. Okay, so I can tell you, because I'm 47, almost a boomer, basically. We're basically almost talking about me.
Yeah.
We were so fucking naive.
Yeah.
That if I saw my grandfather asleep on the front lawn and someone said he was tired, I would just believe them.
You go.
I'd be like, oh my God, he was so tired. Like, and then like 25 years later, you're in therapy and go like, holy shit, he was a fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
We had these two teachers in high school that taught theater. And they lived together, these two guys that taught theater, and they lived together. And I didn't know they were gay.
It's just like, you didn't have sitcoms about it.
No. I did not know that these two men that lived together and taught theater were gay.
Yeah. And now you have two like teachers that like two guys that could talk in the hallway and you're like, yes, they're gay. And they're like, nope, just friends. We just go to trivia on a Tuesday. Like it's so shifted the other way that you want everybody to have this like secret crazy romance. Yeah, I think your parents didn't like no one like admitted to anything. It was all like shh.
No, we were just naive.
Yeah.
We did not know. There was no information. No one was talking about it. So it doesn't like even cross your mind. And then at least you are a millennial.
Yeah, 33,
not even
1991. Like this is how bad it was. My dad grew up on a farm. Both my parents grew up on tobacco farms in Kentucky. My dad's one of 10. My mom's one of 4. Very Catholic. In the like like if you have a problem, you talk to the priest. Not a trained professional. A man who doesn't have a family and children and wife.
That's right.
That's who you go to about your family issues.
That's right. Who in my case was like sleeping with the other children.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's not like, well, here's ways to cope with your behaviors and to regulate your emotions.
What did he say?
It was who?
The priest.
The priest?
Did you ever get counseling from the priest or just your parents?
I think my dad went a few times. I remember. Okay. So my mom passed away when I was 22 of lung cancer. But this is like my dad even like this is what I'm talking about. They could not put into words difficult things.
Yeah.
they never said my mom was. They were like, she's getting better, she's getting better, I'm watching her hair fall out, I'm watching her get thinner, she's getting better. She like went through chemo for like a year and a half. And then I graduated college, so I was in Georgia working. My mom was in Kentucky. I'd seen her for Thanksgiving. She was really sick. And Christmas, she was really sick. And then I went back to work, and my dad called me and was like, hey, I just need a little bit more help with your mom, so we're taking her to hospice. They're just going to help us out a little bit more there. I didn't know what that meant. You know what I mean? I didn't know what hospice was. Thank God I had the wherewithal to be like, I think I should go home. And I went home, and she was like, she wasn't even speaking anymore. She was, and then she was probably there for a day and a half and passed. But, it's like they just, like they have no one, their parents didn't talk to them about hard stuff. If it was hard stuff, it was go pray in the rosary about it.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of shut doors in the brain.
Yes.
There's so many shut doors that they don't even know that the doors are there.
Yeah.
To open and go, oh, wow, we can illuminate this part and this part and this part, that they can't even open them to share what's truly happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the same thing about the priest thing. Like after my mom passed, we belonged to a Catholic parish. And my dad, one of my younger brother, who's 5 years younger than me, so he was still in high school, my mom passed. He wanted him to go talk to the then our head guy or whatever, forget what you call it now. And I think he may have talked to him a few times about grief. Of course, like 3 years later, that guy's in jail now for going to the kindergarten classes and taking his cell phone and taking pictures on their little kindergartner skirts. That's who my dad wanted him to go talk to for grief.
Maybe there were just too many cherubs.
Yeah.
On the walls.
Yeah.
Painted on the ceilings.
You could see those sweet little
They're all
asses.
naked. Hey babe, you're a licensed therapist. You have a private practice. You need to get on Mentaya. You know when clients always ask if you take insurance and you have to do that awkward sigh before explaining out-of-network benefits? Well, yeah, Mentaya fixes that. And here's how it works. You sign up at Mentaya.com. Use my code Xanyland for a free month. That's XANYLAND. You know that because you're here. Clients check their benefits through Mentaya's tool before booking so that they know what they'll get back. On average, that's 62%. After sessions, you or your client uploads a super bill to Mentaya. That's it. Mentaya files a claim, follows up, and gets them reimbursed. You get your full rate. No discounting, no chasing claims, no selling your soul to a tech bro. Go sign up now with Xanyland for a free trial. You're welcome. So the point is that your dad went to these pedophiles for advice on family.
Yeah, it was just like that was their only way of dealing with stuff. And my mom, I didn't realize until recently how much she had a drinking problem, and I think it was mostly because she had a lot of trauma in her childhood. Her mom passed when she was 12, and she never talked about it. And our parents' relationship was very tumultuous. My mom was a big personality, so funny. Everybody loved being around her, and I think my dad was always a little subconsciously jealous of her. He enjoyed also being the center of attention, but my mom just couldn't even help it. She wouldn't try. She was so fun to be around. Yeah. So my dad would put her down a lot, and I think that eventually that just wore on her. And instead of talking about her, going to therapy or anything, she just started drinking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny because then I'm 22. I hadn't started comedy yet, and it's funny to see the shift in how to deal with stuff, because I remember even my first initial reckoning with grief when my mom passed. This is so just am I Gen?
Yeah, what are you?
I'm millennial. I'm millennial.
You're like a baby millennial.
Yeah, baby millennial. Yeah. But this is there's no way our parents experienced this. When my mom passed, or even when she was really sick, I'd post about it on Facebook or Instagram. Just a picture of me and my mom when she was sick, or after my mom passed, I'd post some note that she'd sent me or something, and it would get a ton of likes, more than I'd ever had before. Yeah. And it's so kind of gross to say, but it was such a dopamine hit
I bet.
It's kind of gross. I know this sounds weird, but it was
yeah.
ooh, I'm getting a lot of attention. And I remember when my mom, she
At
passed,
a time when you needed dopamine, yeah.
And I almost didn't even grieve that much. I was probably in shock after my mom passed, but those first couple weeks, you know, people were always coming over, you're planning the funeral, but it was also like, I was posting a lot on the social media and I was getting a lot of attention and I was just kind of on a high on that. It's so gross and weird to say. But you realize, like, you ever get on Facebook now and you see people when somebody passes or if somebody's going through something, they're like constantly just writing these paragraphs of stuff.
They are. You're right.
And like posting like these black and white photos or whatever. And I look at them and I'm like, they're getting the grieving dopamine hit from posting on social media about something hard. But I think it like stalls the grieving process.
Did it stall it? Did it stall it for you?
For
Sorry, I
sure.
can't talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like for probably weeks, I hadn't even really like sat alone and processed it because I was just enjoying the hit from like people giving me attention from reminding them what I'm going through.
It's so interesting.
Really weird.
I mean, but also you were 22, so
Yeah, for sure.
there's some space for that for sure.
Yeah. And then I tried comedy like 6 months later. It's just I was obviously in like a rut and really sad, and then so I tried comedy. I got kind of addicted to it. Kept going to open mics. It was horrible, not funny at all. And then one of the first things that hit, and then I started to realize what my style was and what worked, was I was talking about my mom passing. I remember it like a dream. Like I was in this open mic in a basement of a building, this really shisty part of Atlanta, and it was really dark and there was like a spot like that, like right on me. And I remember, I don't know if it was the nerves, because I always had stage fright, and or just the thought of bringing up my mom passing in front of all these strangers. But I was like, my mom passed, and I was the only girl, so I was in charge of dressing her for the casket. And I was like, but we were the same size. So I was like, I couldn't put her anything cute. I was like, I'd get more wear out of it than she would. And it got like a laugh. I'd never gotten a laugh before at an open mic. And I was like, oh, that's it. Like being really honest and saying it was the truth.
It's so funny because I stole my grandma's pearl rosary beads that had like come from Wales. Yeah, that she had asked to be buried with. And I totally was like, they're gonna go in the ground. It's a family heirloom. Like, I'm just gonna steal them and hide them. And I remember my grandfather came to me and he was like, do you know where Mimi's pearls are? And I was like, I have no clue, honestly. Like, I have zero clue. And I had to live with that forever. But I still think that they shouldn't be in the ground. So I get it. You're like, I'm not going to put her in my plaid Aviator Nation, like, onesie.
No, I mean, she would look great in it. But, like, I could do 3 to 4 podcasts in it.
Yeah.
How many clips is that? It's at least 15 reels.
Wow, so that worked.
It worked. Then you start watching everybody's comedy, and like I think there's just this new reckoning of realness and authenticity. Yeah. That like I feel like our generation probably started to actually go to therapy. And this is specifically for me, and I'd start talking about my dad, and I was at this therapist I loved I had in Atlanta. She was like, it's not to sound cliche, but she's like, he's got textbook narcissism. Yeah. And then I started researching it, and I was like, yes. And then you start researching it, and you're like, it's just so much you didn't realize what was happening, and you thought you were just a kid and you should shut up and like listen to your parents or whatever. And it's just once you like your eyes are open to their social awareness and their attachment styles and everything like that, it's so intoxicating. And then
I love that she just said attachment styles. When I think about attachment styles, I know everybody's like avoidant, anxious, whatever, but I think of what we studied, which was object relations. And object relations is about like how narcissistic versus not narcissistic you are with other people, which is like how therapists often look at attachment. Yeah.
Like with yourself versus how you are with other people?
Object relations is the same thing as attachment in a sense. It's like the mother of attachment theory, where we look at how people like me how I attach to you is based off of my object relations. And my object relations is based off of my relationship with my parents when I was young. And my attachment style is based off of how narcissistic versus not narcissistic I am. So everyone in the world, like therapists are looking at how narcissistic versus not narcissistic is the person sitting in front of me. How vulnerable can they be? How much can they connect with other people?
Yeah.
Can they see other people as other people, or are other people a projection of themselves? Am I losing you guys?
No, I love that.
Right? So attachment theory is like basically the very thin layer, like the thin top that like everyone else in the world, like they're like, oh, I'm anxious attachment. It's like, oh, it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's like how deeply you can be with other people in a real authentic way.
I
don't know why I even brought it up.
No, it's a
It's a
spectrum.
spectrum.
It's a spectrum where you are on.
Basically what I'm saying is that we all are on a narcissist spectrum, all of us. And like therapists, when someone comes into a room, if they're really, I think, a good therapist, but more a psychodynamic therapist, they're going to themselves, how narcissistic versus not narcissistic is the person in front of me? And can I help them be less narcissistic so they can have more fulfilling attachment?
Okay, so this is not narcissistic, this is narcissistic.
Yep.
And you're going like, where are you on this scale?
Where is someone on this scale?
And I'm trying to get you more to center?
More towards not narcissistic.
Yeah.
So that like, because the less narcissistic you are, the more you can actually have rich relationships.
Yeah.
The more you can like be with people for real. Because narcissists aren't able to like really be with people for real. They just project. They're not really experiencing other people as they are. You were just like whoever he thought of you as or wanted you to be, right? Or like projected onto you.
Yes.
Or like you were a version of him.
Yes, that's so, yeah. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I don't even talk to him anymore. We don't talk. We probably haven't talked.
Oh, wow.
It's almost been like 10 years now. My parents didn't really care if we did well in school or if we were great at sports or anything. It was truly this weird dynamic of like, when you're home, do you respect me? Do you serve me? Do you do the chores? It's very weird. It was like, are you a soldier in my domain? Kind of thing. It's very, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, how many chores are you going to do? And then when you didn't, it was like it was a smack upside the head, or it was like a slam against the wall or something like that when you weren't like serving him.
Wow.
I hated this line because it was always like, after a while I was like, stop, like, don't touch me, don't put your hands on me. And it was always like, I can do what I want when you're under my house, under my roof.
Really?
Kind of thing. And I think that was like the thinking back then is like, you have no agency over yourself as long as I'm providing for you.
Wow.
I feel like that was like
sucks.
But I feel like that, I mean, yeah, it very much does. It's kind of funny now because it's like, I have two brothers and we're all very independent and none of us really have any ambitions to have a family.
Wow.
And my one brother lives in Alaska now and like goes on, these expeditions and adventures. He just got married, but they have no real plans on having kids. They love their freedom. I'm obviously a road comic. I have a little brother that lives in Utah and is like a ski instructor and a field biologist. And I think we probably just were so turned off by like how like the family unit is and like the home unit feels like a prison for us.
Yeah, that's generational trauma right there.
Yeah.
And you guys all decided to stop it.
Yeah, we all just like,
wow.
And I think it's, again, it wasn't, they probably haven't thought about it as in depth as I have.
Do you know other comics like that? Have you ever talked to other comics like that? Or do you know other people that have decided to not have families?
Yeah.
That like they've come from a narcissistic background?
Because I think speaking just on like female comics mostly.
Yeah.
I think we understand that for us to do what we do, we have to have our freedom for our time and stuff like that. And it probably comes from like a background of feeling like our life was meant to like serve, our authority when we were in childhood. But I don't know if I like have ever. So
it's like a backlash of that now?
Yeah. It's like I value my freedom over anything else.
Wow.
Over having like a child, because like a child to me feels, I mean, I was a nanny for 8 years for one family in Atlanta, so I know, I didn't have children, but I understand it.
You know what it's like.
Yeah. And it's very scary to me. It feels like you're trapped for something that you, and
Yeah,
like
you do.
You have like a guilt and like a obligation to something.
Yeah, I didn't mean to have her.
But look, she's working for you now.
No,
You
listen.
figured it out.
She's the greatest thing ever. But for sure, it switched my life around. I couldn't have been a comedian, basically. I couldn't be a singer really anymore. I
Yeah.
went to grad school and became a therapist.
That's so cool.
I know. It's really cool. I'm really grateful that it all happened the way that it happened. I thought she was going to go to college and I was going to get to be an artist again, but here I am still working.
But you're an artist in a
No, I'm an artist in a different way.
Yeah.
No, I'm really grateful for it all. But I do hear what you're saying, and I think that if I hadn't got knocked up, and I hadn't been raised Catholic, and I hadn't gone through some other things that I went through, I would have also not chosen to have a child. I think I would have also not chosen to continue on with a family.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I didn't grow up with an abusive dad because my dad left, but I still grew up with a broken enough home that I was like, I don't want to continue
don't want
this.
that. It feels like it sounds messed up.
Like it wasn't the dream.
It's family to like an obligatory, was that the word? Family stuff to me still brings up like a little bit of like angst in my body because I'm like, this isn't. I didn't choose to have to want to do this and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I think, and I love my life and I love my career, but it's certainly a reaction to how chaotic and trapped I felt growing up.
You know what I think is really interesting, and I think most people don't know this, is that most people's lives and careers are a reaction to something.
Love that. That's so cool.
Like people,
what happened to a dental hygienist?
Yeah, I don't even know. You're right. But like even people that are super fucking successful, like you, but people that are like weirdly successful.
Yeah.
Everyone's like watching podcasts to try to be like, how do I be like that person? And they think that they can wake up in the morning and cold plunge, but truly that person is like that because they were driven to be that famous or that popular or that successful because of something that happened to them all weird and tweaky in their childhood. And like you can't behaviorally like create that now in present time for yourself when you like work at McDonald's. Do you know what I mean?
That makes so much sense.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
And people are selling books on it and like they're making tons of money and it's like, no, like you had to have been like beat up in the back of the car by your dad who then left you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it makes so much sense.
yeah, like billionaires get that way because something really fucking weird happened to them.
Yeah.
And they had to prove something in the world. Like you can't just like run your way into that.
Dude, that
At
is
all.
You're
Yeah.
like, here's the book, build a time machine. Watch what I
That's
did
right.
as a baby. Do that. Genius.
That's right. You'd have to go back.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Well, you know what? Maybe you could do some like past life, hypnotic, and implant some memories.
But you would have to have the same parents.
You'd have
and you'd have
to.
to like, because I'm looking back and I go like, middle child, only girl,
Yeah.
very dismissive,
Like, you
narcissistic
can tell
dad,
you had
mom
brothers.
submissive. Yeah, and it
You
was
can
like,
tell.
it
Yeah.
was always like, oh, Catherine, shut up. Like it was, I always had to fight to be heard, entertained, it was, so it's like, I think that's deep down probably why I'm a comic, because I'm just like, no, I am important. No, I do have like interesting stuff to say. No, hear me out. And when I do get a reaction, I'm like, I knew it. I mattered. And I think that's probably a reaction from just being, and then watching my mom be a big light, and then getting so ticked off watching my dad like have his thumb on her and like shove her down. I'm like, I won't be silenced by a dad.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the book.
That's the book.
It's actually a chemistry engineering book. you should buy.
It's a time machine, yeah.
My like reckoning moment, I loved it so much because again, it was like, you know, my dad always failed to just recognize us as people with feelings. You know, it was always just like, you're here for me. When are you going to register that kind of thing is how he talked to us in different ways. And I remember...
So fucked.
Yeah. You know, but then you're just like, you were a farmhand since you were a child. You were one of 10.
Yeah, of course.
My mom passed and my dad like immediately started dating a woman pretty like quickly right after that.
You
and
said woman like you expected he was going to date a man.
I always wished he was gay. I always wished that. I was like, maybe that's what all this tension is. I really wish he was gay. I've had dreams about it.
Wow. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. I think I say that in my mind.
That's because, like I said, the doors are shut.
Yeah.
Like, we get mad at boomers, and I say this as someone who's basically almost one, but I'm not. We get mad at them, but, like, the doors are shut. Like, they
don't
were
know.
never open, and they were never open when their brains were malleable enough to go down that road.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
We expect things from them that's impossible.
I know. That's what I go. I don't entertain it, but I'm like, I do get it. I get why you're like it. I won't let you.
No. You gotta have your
permeate me anymore.
boundary.
Yeah.
And like,
He started dating a woman right after she passed, and then it was just like, I'm selling mom's home, the home that we grew up in, like right after my mom passed, and like, you know, it was like he got rid of all my mom's stuff. He was like, well, you had a weekend to come get it. I'm in Georgia. I'm not in Kentucky. I'm like, and it was just this very, on top of like grieving my mom, the next year was like, he immediately like, it was like, get rid of everything. It was just it was like, you know, we were already scarred from it. And it was like, my dad was trying to move on without any, like without recognizing that we need more time with her stuff. So he was constantly stabbing the wound, and got married to this woman, and we had to be in the ceremony like a year later, and got a new home and all this whatever BS. Had to get rid of the dog that was my mom's dog because the lady didn't want it. It's a weird dynamic for a stepmom to walk into too.
Is it really? But do they have to be jealous? Like,
yeah,
I've only talked to mine like once, but I swear to God, she acted like I was like another woman calling. Like, she was jealous. I'm like, I'm the daughter.
Yeah, this is my dad, dude. I'm not asking, you're not asking to be a mom or anything. Just be a decent lady.
Yeah, just be decent. You don't have to act like you like me. Just don't like be a bitch and not let my dad have a relationship with me.
That's weird.
Not that I wanted to have a relationship with him.
It's just, it's like, you don't need to, don't feel, you're like, good luck. It's all
Good
yours.
luck with that man. If he is one.
Yeah, you're just like, you're like,
I always wish my dad was gay too.
Every
Why does everybody want their dad?
Every whole woman wants their father to be gay.
Yeah, because that would be so much better.
Right.
I have recently thought that my mom and dad's separation was so fantastic for me because I didn't grow up in a house with toxic masculinity.
Wow, yeah.
Which is like kind of dope. Like,
it shows.
I didn't even know that I wasn't allowed to like laugh loud or like talk about things or like wear what I want or just like be assertive. Like, I just didn't even know I wasn't supposed to do that until I got later on in life and I started being around men and they were like, this isn't normal. You're not so normal. Cool. And it was like, but I never had like a dad doing that. Like you were saying. Yeah. I never had some man thumb me down.
I love that.
I know, it's rad actually. Like I thought it was like a big terrible thing that I was abandoned. It actually was like such a gift. Thank you, Dad.
Dude, I went to all girls Catholic high school, and I'm like, if I ever had a daughter, I would put her in an all girls high school because of the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the man pushing us down, but we didn't have boys to play small for, so they liked us. So everybody's personalities were just free to flourish and shine.
Isn't it so sucky? Like, guys don't understand this, is that like when we talk about like oppression of women, like when we're alone and men aren't around, like when I was like in my dorm space with all women, we are so big and so free and so funny and so light, and there's like zero depression and zero anxiety and zero whatever. It is the oppression that we feel by men, or like having to be a certain way, or like making ourselves smaller, siloing ourselves, or like just only being a pair of lips and ass.
Right.
That makes us crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And seem not funny and seem not empowered and seem not whatever.
And then we start to feel like we're not funny.
Not that.
We shouldn't speak. We shouldn't talk. Or we shouldn't try and be funny.
Yeah.
Because the guys will be like, what do you, no, that's my lane. Don't make me feel insecure by also being like that. Yeah. It's so fun. Dude, like I have videos I was just watching, like my best friends and I, like, you know, we go on like overnight retreat and we're like howling like monkeys under the bed and stuff. And it was so, but we're just like, you know, cackling. We're like laughing.
I want to say something about this, okay? Smartless. Everyone's so into it. I don't know anything about it, really. I don't even know why I can talk about it. But my friend sent a video the other day of like Jason Bateman ordering room service because there's all these TikTok. Do you know about this? Like TikTok videos of them like ordering room service and it's like so funny. And I'm sure it's funny. It's so funny. And I'm just like, I remember moments like this with my roommates in New York when I had like just got out of college and like one of my roommates had like done blow all night. So she was like vacuuming under her bed. And the other one is like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh my God. And I'm like screaming at this one and this one is like making something in the kitchen and we're all in the same room because we lived in basically one room together and it's way funnier of a scene ever than Smartless and a bunch of dumb old dudes that are ordering what?
Yeah. And you're like, everyone's in shambles. Oh my God.
I'm just like not impressed.
Oh, I agree with you so much. Now that you're saying, it's like bringing me back. Like I remember in college freshman year was an all-girls dorm. Yeah. And we almost, this is so weird, but you almost wanted to go out that night and hook up with a guy, not hook up with a guy and do something wild because you couldn't wait the next morning to all conjoin in someone's room and be like, I've got a story. Yeah. And everyone's like,
I did it in an elevator.
Yeah. And you like wanted to do the crazy thing just to tell the girlfriends the next day. And then we all like eating Chinese food and like it was the next day with the girls in the dorm. That was the best part. The best part of the night out.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Do you want to see us order takeout? Because it's way funnier than guy. Come on. That's the name that Jason Bateman gives everyone. guy. And then the lady's like, do you want anything more, guy? And they all laugh so loud. And I'm like, that's the funny name he came up with. It's
guy?
Yeah, dumb guy.
Oh.
Okay, it's kind of funny.
Okay, it's kind of funny.
Actually, the reason why I think it's funny is because they're kind of acting like girls. Like one in the back is like, got more chicken nuggets. We need more.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and that's like girls. That's why I think they're
really
actually funny.
is. We're just, dude,
we're so funny.
If we could procreate
alone.
If we could procreate alone, I'm like,
so nice. Like just bump two eggs together, like two pusses.
Yeah, and we would be like, guys, fine. You guys go to Texas. You guys can all go to Texas.
Arizona further.
Texas, go to Arizona. You guys can all have guns and knives. Fun. Yay. Go there.
And a few of you could dress up as girls. Like that's nice for them.
You dress up as girls, you play ting ting ting, you play with your knives, and then we get
and look at babies with peepees.
Yes.
I'm gonna wear this one out.
Have fun.
Yeah.
We get the mountain area. We get Dollywood. You know what I mean? Like we get the Appalachian Mountains. We get the beach, and we're just women, and we stick together, and we order takeout, and we have children on our own, and we're a village, and this is heaven.
Do you know what? The thing is that we would raise our children just like singing and dancing.
Yes.
And loving each other, and everyone would be beautiful.
Everyone would be beautiful, and we go, but beauty in your own, whatever you want.
Oh, in your own way. No.
Dye your leg hairs purple.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's not homogenized beauty. This is true, authentic female beauty everywhere.
Yeah. Yes, I love
Boobs
that.
and butts of all shapes and sizes.
It would be like girls without the boys.
Why
like
did
the
God
TV show.
do us to this? This to us.
I don't know. Sorry, guys. This is what I think it is. I like to believe in reincarnation just because I think it's fun and we genuinely don't know what happens when we die. So I just say it's reincarnation. Like boys are the first level. Like you always are a boy until you elevate. And then
when does that happen?
I don't know. We were boys we haven't been boys for a long time. In every lifetime for the past 500 years we've been a girl. But boy, once you elevate to a certain height, then you elevate to female. Then you go to like a girl level. But you guys are...
So I'm not there yet.
No, you haven't figured it out
You
yet.
guys, you know you're not there yet.
Yeah.
You're not even girly. We could talk all night. I don't
I
even
just
know
need to
where
say,
we are in our
okay,
topic.
but I was just saying about the shift in the comedy. What I was saying is I was like, you go to therapy,
finally getting
you
to our topic.
open it up, you realize what this shit is, and now all we're interested in is learning about opening the door and on the other side of the door. And that's what this whole, like, that's what the shift is. We're not doing observational energy.
We're opening the doors.
Yeah.
And we're opening the doors for everyone to see. And people think it's funny.
And everyone
it's
wants to
nice.
see everyone's little onion blossoming. Everybody likes to see everyone's layers and what makes you and all. It's so much more interesting than a one-liner about the salad bar line. Like, I wanna know about your addiction to pills.
Yeah.
I don't wanna talk about the diced ham.
Somewhere between 47 and 33 at least.
Yeah.
People want to share the truth.
People want to talk. People want to share. Maybe overshare. People feel like a
They
little
could
bit,
come
but it's
to
better.
therapy. They could come to therapy.
How do you feel about people just doing like breath work or the non-talk therapy? Do you feel like it is good enough, or are you like
No.
you should? Thank you.
It just helps your nervous system.
Okay, but you're like you still have to like
No.
talk stuff
You have
out.
to go to a person that understands, like I said, where on the spectrum of narcissism are you? How insightful are you? Where's your judgment? Are you oriented towards reality? I mean, there's a lot of things that we're thinking about that we're helping you with that people think that they're just like blabbing.
Yes.
And that they can fix with chat GPT and breathwork.
Okay,
Come
thank you.
on.
Thank you. I do like when I'm on stage, like the challenge of thinking something's really dark and pushing it
show us.
till it.
Show us
Like,
right
I
now.
have like one right now about I kind of working on the dad mom thing because I have a thing about how I'm like I have a lot of rage in me. And how I'm very loud and my mouth gets me in trouble a lot, and how I got pulled over by the cops for hanging on to the side of a moving car because my ex he took my phone and he stole it and drove down the street with it. So
Holy Lord.
I spider monkey on the side of it, hung on. We got pulled over, anyways. and it's not working yet, but I'm talking about how. In another generation, like my mom, I realized she was vengeful, but in a quiet way, in a very vengeful way. It was like, my dad would always get pissed off, like, and yell at her when she was late for church. And I was like, I didn't realize at the time, but my mom got one over on him because she just kept being late. And she never left him. And she was just like, okay, I'll be late again, and I'll be late again, and I'll be late again, and I'll be late again. And it broke him. And that's how, and she's really won at the end of the day.
That's so good. It's funny though, because a lot of people are late all the time, and like people think that they're just like have ADHD, and it's like, no, they probably have some kind of like revenge type vengeful
Really? You think
anger
so?
inside of them.
That they're like, I'm not showing up when you want me to show up?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is that what I have?
Why are you always late?
Yeah.
Maybe you're just trying to be like mama.
Yeah.
She was your idol.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true.
Just a pattern you adopted.
Yeah.
I like that. That's different. Yours is happy.
Thank you.
Your lateness
I'm
is
emulating
like
to my mom.
joyful. You're relating to her, yeah.
Yeah. I like to think so. I go.
Are you
This is
really
the
always
other-
late?
Yeah. I just like to capitalize on my time. So I go, I can do one more thing, and instead of leaving when I should. I was only 10 minutes late to
actually,
this.
I think.
Is it?
Time like unawares is ADHD.
Really?
That's what
Okay.
they say.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know what our mental health advice is today, because basically the whole time we've just been telling you to get a time machine and go
Yeah.
backwards. If you want to be famous and popular, you're gonna have to go back and like get a narcissistic dad and be abused a little bit. If you want to have a better life,
Healthy
get
life.
rid of your phone.
Get rid of your phone.
What else are
How
you
about
saying?
this?
Yeah.
If you have an effed up childhood, it made you really cool.
Yeah.
and be appreciative of that. Stop whining and complaining about your asshole dad.
Anyway,
What does
hold
she have
on.
going on?
Yeah, we gotta
Oh.
ask you some real questions. My
Okay.
mind feels like it's in a time warp with you. Oh,
Baby sleeping.
Baby sleeping.
What do I have going on?
Yes. What do you?
I'm on the
Katherine
road.
Blanford. Okay, you're on the road.
Always every weekend of my life.
Okay.
At katherineblanford.com for dates. And then I have a podcast coming out. I have a new podcast I'm
What's
very
it
excited
called?
about called Coastal Idiots. It's more variety show / podcast because it's very visual. We do a lot of sketches and stuff, so it's only on YouTube right now.
Oh.
It's with my friend Shane Torres.
So
He's
you're
in New
gonna
York.
do skits?
Yeah, there's a lot of sketches. We do a
Sketches,
lot of field pieces. We go out and talk to people and do fun
A field piece
adventures.
sounds like you're looking for geodes.
Maybe episode 17 we do.
Okay.
We have a geodes episode. We have a fake therapist that comes on.
Oh yeah.
And we fight like a couple. We do that most episodes actually.
Oh.
But let's have you on and do like a real. I don't
Like
know.
we could
think
have the
about it.
fake therapist and the real therapist.
Yeah.
And you could be like, okay, like what would you say? What would you say?
Yes, absolutely.
Or something weird. We'll come up with
yeah,
something
and then we'll
crazy.
have you guys fight.
Yes, I would love that. Okay. Anyway, she's on the road. KatherineBlanford.com.
Yep.
Please like, subscribe, comment. I know you guys all freaking DM me and tell me that you love these episodes for different reasons, but I don't need to know. The rest of the world does. So,
Yeah, let them know.
yeah, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so
You're
much.
amazing.
Thank you for having this. Was so cute and
Yes.
fun. I want to go call my girlies.
Yeah, let's go call girlies. Bye, guys.
Toodles.
Thank you for listening to us today. We know that you could have spent this time with a true crime podcast, but you care about mental health too, and that's balance. And we appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe, please, and give us 5 stars. And if you didn't like it, like most of my family, just lie. Remember, this wasn't medical advice, but an irreverent conversation about mental health. New episodes drop every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, and everywhere else that we could manage to upload it. And hey, if you liked today's comedian, look them up and follow them. They are brave and they're talented. And if you have friends, good for you. That's a good sign. Now please go tell them about us.